Hey guys, John here, and today we are going to unbox this monstrosity from Prague. So now that I've got everything unboxed, I just wanted to show you what comes with the assembled kit. So on this side, we've got a box of Galaxy Silver PLA, and I do highly recommend the Prusa MK3s PLA. It's pretty cost effective when you buy 7 or 8 rolls of it. It comes out to around $32 per roll US after shipping. I also got a big box full of filament as well. The most important part, of course, your Haribo gummy bears. The printer itself, fully assembled. I added on the spool holder, which I'll be using until I get my LAC assembly printed and assembled. That's going to be the first thing I print on this, actually. I may walk you guys through putting that together, but there's already really good videos on that, so I probably won't bother. We have the testing receipt, which shows how fast the hot end heated up and cooled down, as well as how fast the heat bed heated up, and then it's got the check through various systems and controls to make sure everything's working properly for you. And the box of accessories and tools, this has Allen keys, needle nose pliers, the power cord, the USB cable, and some other things you may need, including a couple glue sticks usually are in there. So I will get this set up in its home, and I will show you the initial turn on and calibration. Okay, I've got the printer in its forever home. I like to use these concrete pavers from Home Depot. They help attenuate the noise. I don't think on the MK3 it's going to be much of an issue. For the MK2.5, which is next to it, it made a massive difference in quieting it down. You can see that one's in a LAC enclosure, which I will be building the same one for this. I don't intend on getting the MMU at this point, so I'll go with the standard V1 LAC enclosure. I'm going to run through the setup now and walk you through how that goes. So we're going to walk through the process now. So I've already removed all the zip ties and foam packing. And this one didn't come with the test print, as this is the MK3s with the textured bed. The prints release from the bed as soon as it cools down, so they can't ship it with a test print. And now it's going to run through the Z calibration. So yes, the steel sheet is on. And what that did is it ran the carriage to the top and hit the end stops, and that tells it that it's square with the frame. So now we're going to make sure the nozzle is free from any filament. And it's lowering the carriage down, and it's going to use the pin to probe to check the bed. One thing I'm noticing immediately is how much faster the pin to calibration is on the MK3 than it was on the MK2. And now it's heating the nozzle for PLA. And so now it had me remove the filament that was left in there. Now we're going to load some of the Prusa silver. And yes, the correct color is coming out. It's now silver. One thing I like to do is run the bed calibration just to make sure that the live adjust Z height is correct. So we're going to go down to calibration and we're going to do first layer cal. And we're going to continue with the current setting. We're not going to reset. And we're doing PLA. And now it's going to go through its bed leveling procedure. Again, it's amazing how much faster the calibration bed leveling is at this point. Now we're doing our purge line. Also interesting that it's having a setting set for the different sheets, even though it's telling me that this is the smooth sheet. I assume it's someplace I'll be able to go rename that. So what I check here is I just use my finger to see how close to the bed we are, and we're actually way too close to the bed. So we're going to go to live adjust Z, and we are going to back that off until we stop smearing on the bed. And what I'm seeing is a very compressed flat line right now, which is far too low. So I'm going to back that off until we start losing adhesion, and then I'm going to bring it down again. And all I do is, as it's printing, I check it with my fingernail. It should be pretty tough to get off. And I'm going to keep backing it off just a smidge. We're going to go down a little bit, and now it's going to print a square. And that square is going to tell us finally if we have a good setting here. Amazing how quiet this printer is. Okay, so now that it's done that, what I'll do is I'll attempt to peel this up, and I had a bit of a hard time, which is a good sign. And then I can look at the quality of the layer there. And I'll see if I can show you. That is a pretty good looking first layer. So you can see the layer lines a little bit, but they're nicely compressed and they are stuck together quite well. I might want to go down just a little bit to show off some of that textured bed surface, but otherwise I think we're in pretty good shape. So now it's time to print, and we are all set to go with the Prusa MK3s.